Hello tankers and welcome back to another quick tank review, and today we're going to be looking at something very special at the minute, the Conqueror. It's been in the game forever, but has never been as popular as it is right now because of Wargaming's choice to bring in the Chieftain at tier 10, giving us a choice of 2 tier 10 British heavy tanks, and obviously the Conqueror's never been played as much as it is now, and I expect a lot of you are going for that Chieftain, just like I am. This is the second time going through this tank for me, and although I did like it the first time round, now I've got a little bit better at the game. I can see its weaknesses, but also I can see just how good this gun is. Right, so that's it, into the garage and let's see how it's done. Right, straight into it then, tankers, onto the grind, and I'm afraid it's pretty bad. The stock tank is basically a Carnarvon, so you're playing a Carnarvon at tier 9, and doesn't matter how much you upgrade it, it doesn't get much better until you get the top package, and then this tank becomes amazing. It's not perfect, we're going to talk about the armour profiles in a second. It's a tank of 2 halves, but the bit that sticks out the front, most importantly, is by far the best thing about it. Right, so this is the fully upgraded Leopard prototype gun stats with the very British L7A1 gun. What I want you to do is look at these gun stats, take them in, and in a second I'm going to flick to the Conqueror's 120mm gun stats. And I'm just trying to highlight just how good quality the gun is. Right, so here we go, I'm going to swap over now, make sure you remember these figures. Right, so here's the figures for the 120mm boomstick on the Conqueror. Check those figures out. It has better rate of fire than the prototype, better aim time, only misses out on accuracy by 0.01, slightly less penetration but more alpha, which means you can out DPM some of the tier 9 mediums with this tank. Absolutely awesome gun. Right, so now we're just going to have a quick look at the armour using the brand new armour viewer built into the UI, which is pretty cool, and as you can see, the sides and rear of this tank are pathetic, and to be fair, most of the hull is actually pathetic all the way around. Just quick look now, the lower plate is green, it's pathetic. The upper plate, the upper glacis, is pretty good, and that's the only thing on the hull that you should contemplate using really. And there's one main point about that as well that I'm going to highlight in a second. But onto the turret though, completely different. Just big thick armour with loads of different shapes. It will bounce even the highest of penetration rounds. The only thing you've got to be careful of is the turret roof. It's quite thin and can be overmatched by large caliber weapons. Right, so now on to what's so bad about the lower plate on this thing.
Rag, city bitch, rag, city bitch.
Yes, that's right, this tank is just a walking ammo rack, just like the Centurions. It can be ammo racked from the front through the lower and upper plates. And you can see just how many different ammo racks they are and where they're located using the new UI again, which possibly is a good thing for the game, so you know what not to show from your tank, but also could be bad because more people are going to be aiming for certain spots. Anyway, on to consumables then. Just a fairly standard ammo loadout. This tank is pretty ammo limited, just like the 215B, unlike the Chieftain. Standard heavy equipment, rammer, ventilation and vert stabilisers, and I don't choose to run tea and pudding on this thing because it is it's just a British heavy tank. You're going to get set on fire now and again, and I don't feel the risk outweighs the reward. Crew skills then, just your basic heavy tank crew skills, you can see them there, and snakebite, because who doesn't have snakebite on their Conqueror? Right, into some ace tanker gameplay then, fellas. So, just before, while we get through the boring bit of the replay, let's talk about a few things I haven't already. Gun depression, it has enough. It's enough to be useful. And also, what that gun depression does, when you use it, it stops people being able to overmatch the top of your turret roof, because they are no longer able to see it. And it does accentuate the commander's hatch as well, and makes that very, very hard to pen. So, we spoke about how bad the lower plate was. The upper plate's not too bad. So, if you know how to use gun depression properly, use the backside of hills and use just various parts of the map to cover the lower and upper plates if you can, and get this thing hull down, then this tank becomes very strong. And this leads on to my next point. The Conqueror versus other tier 9 heavies. This thing is all about the gun and the turret, and you get that wicked DPM with that because the hull's quite weak. If you put this thing up against a well-played E75 or ST1 or something like that, you're going to have problems, because although this gun is good, it is still, you're going to need premium rounds for a well-played E75. Well-played ST1, you're going to have to aim extremely well and get lucky with your pen rolls. And if you're not hull down yourself, if you've come up against an equal tier heavy sort of face to face and you've got your hull exposed, he's going to have to be a massive idiot to not pen you, whereas you the other way round, yeah, a well played E75 will give you trouble still, even with a gun of this quality. Right, so now we got that out of the way. Onto the Yanks tank, the M103. Kind of similar. Nice blind shot there. How they knew I was there either, but we still bounced 2 shots there. Lovely. Yeah, the M103. It's very similar to this tank. I would say though, the M103's frontal armour is actually a bit more effective than the Conqueror. But the Conqueror's gun is just slightly better than an already good gun that the M103 has. The 120 fully upgraded on that thing is actually a pretty good gun. Not the quality of this one though. You won't get much better than this. Unless you get a cheaper. Yeah, anyway. Right, so on to some gameplay. We're out on Pacific Island, and it's another one of those new game modes where they expect you to play with less view range, less signal range, etc. So unless you've got good light tanks, good mediums that are willing to go and spot for you, this map mode can be pretty hard. Right, look at this gun. There's an MG hatch on top of the Jagdpanzer. Wouldn't have hit that with most of the tier 9 heavies. But in the Conqueror, it's not unrealistic. There we go, nice blind shot on the Centennial. Don't have that much tank myself. I wasn't going to spend that much gold on that bundle. And yeah, I don't have the time to grind out that many points, so I'm afraid no Centennial for me. Quick snapshot, T69, get his ammo rack. Hopefully if he doesn't have a repair kit, it's going to make him less dangerous. So we're losing by 3 tanks now. 4. And I was kind of expecting to lose this game already. Trouble with this tank, I could push on around that corner, as soon as I expose my lower armour, I'll lose hit points. And that's why I'm holding off, trying to stay hull down behind this rock. This is a tier 10 game mine, and there is a Jagdpanzer on top of that hill. Don't want to lose 1,000 hit points straight away. Action X there is spotting. Yeah. Slim shot and T69 there didn't work. Right, so it's just us guys over here left pretty much, and we're being surrounded. I'm trying to work out what I want to do. Jagdpanzer on the hills being a bit tricky, getting hull down behind that wreck, and here they come. So, find a Jagdpanzer from the front, not particularly good. So I'm going to go and flank round, try and deal with this lot, and then turn back round and deal with them again. Does get me caught out in a second. Right, so I'm almost there. I get spotted. Go for a kill on the Tiger 2, and there we go. Boom! Half my hit points gone. Did roll good on the Tiger 2, but not good enough. Right, so time to secure kills. STA 1 down. Chieftain goes down. Aiming up a shot on the Tiger 2. Boom! Tiger 2 down. So we've just evened up the numbers quite nicely there, just by turning around and getting this gun doing something rather than just staring at a Jagdpanzer. And then, oh shizzle, another Jagdpanzer. Loads of friendlies there, but so many times in this game, I've gone, yeah, team will sort that out, turn around, go the other way, and then I eat the round and die. So until this guy is either looking a different way or is dead, I'm going to pay a bit of attention to him. Right, so now I decide he's pulling back, he's not pointing this way. Time to go and have a look at what else is around here. Now we've outmaneuvered this Jagdpanzer. He's pushed out of his really strong position up on that hill. Loaded premium round. I'm getting a little low on ammo. Time to use the Primo when I need it. There we go. Jagdpanzer down. Again, staying hold down behind this rock. So we've quietly snuck up on 11 pens and 4 kills. Still one tank down. Who's this? T69. T69 down. Didn't really need a premium round there, but I had it loaded in case we saw that Jagdpanzer. And I've left him loaded. Right, spot the T28, run out of gun depression. Just a quick snapshot, I think it was a Motherland kill number 6. Is it 5 or 6? Oh, I don't know, numbers are too small on my screen. Right, 430. Ooh, he pulled forward. I didn't quite get a reference there because he was against the grey background. Couldn't work out, but he was pulling forward. And now we spot a T28, who's going to be a bit of a problem in a bit. Right, so now I go to flank round. The mobility on this tank is, you know, so-so. It's good enough. Right, there we go, 430 is just even the numbers up. So T28, hit him in the ass. Don't hang around. There we go, just lost another green. Still a tier 10 Russian medium to deal with. Alright, I make a bit of a mistake here. I stopped to try and make sure I could secure this shot. And I miss. Terrible. And he kills the last guy now in 1 versus 3. Hit the 430, don't roll good enough. Drive into him, kill him with a ram. Make another mistake here. I auto aim that shot like an absolute noob. Right, so now I load a Hesh round. I know the armour is weak on a charioteer, but I can't remember how weak, so I've hit one with HE, pen him, taken down the half health, now start ramming him and going for the face up. He has just as bad gun depression as quite a lot of the other British tanks. There we go. Gun broken. Ah, oh, come on, kill him. Now it's 1 versus 1 with that T28. And that's 8 kills and Radley Walters. Yeah, so what was I saying about charioteer? It has bad gun depression, and then that carries on to the Conway. That's what I was trying to say in quite a long-winded way. So tanks with bad gun depression are quite safe to face out. Anyway, T28 pens me. And I didn't take note now of how much he hit me for. So I wait till my sixth sense goes off. He saw me driving that way, and now I back up. See if I can sneak up on him. With maybe not his frontal armour pointing towards me. Quick poke, there he is. Oh, maybe could have got a shot away there. And again, I do the same thing. I back up until sixth sense goes off. did think about just YOLOing around that berm and charging him, but I decided to go in, angle my front plate, again auto aim. I need to stop doing that. That's probably the biggest thing that is holding me back at the minute. And now he's facing this way, and I tried to bait him with my front plate. There we go. He fires and misses. Misses hatch, broken gun, but what I did here then was that he didn't have the top gun. He's only got the 105 on the 90. So now I'm a bit more confident about poking. There we go, nice bounce off the turret again. Aim off his lower plate. Got premium loaded. Just wanted to win this game. Broken gun as well, making up as many excuses as I can. Pull out, aim one up, boom. Kill number 9, 20 pens, game 1.
We did it! We won!
Right, so there we go, tankers. 9 kills, decent amount of credits, decent amount of XP, 6,777 damage. Ace tanker, kamikaze, Radley Walters, steel wall for 3,500 block. Not bad at all for the Conqueror. Well, there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. Hope you find it informative and it might help you out a little bit. And give it a like if you did, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.